This video will contain spoilers. Fear Street Part 3 is a surprisingly good time. It wraps up the series nicely, offering lots of twists and turns to keep the mystery alive until the final act of the film. The movie starts off in 1666, where we get to see the origins of Sarah Fier and the story of how her village was cursed. It's revealed that Sarah wasn't actually the witch all along, but Nick Good, the local sheriff, after his family had been abusing the power for generations. It was a solid twist and it worked well in my opinion. I didn't really see it coming at all, but it didn't really hit me or have the same impact as I would have liked. I would have liked to have been blown away by the final twist, given it's been set up so well, but nonetheless, it was a solid twist. The entire aesthetic of the 1666 village was really well done and reminded me of Robert Eggers' The Witch. The soundtrack was really good as well for the 1666 part of the movie. The best part of this movie though was 1994 Part 2, where we finally learn the truth about Sarah Fier and then head back to the present day to finish off the curse for good. This is really where everything comes together. Things start to make a little more sense and the best of the horror scenes happen. All the killers start roaming the Shadyside Mall and a big battle ensues to end the curse for good. The best part of this act was seeing all the killers start to fight each other. I think that overall, Part 3 retroactively makes Part 2 better because of all the hints and clues you can now find, and the entire Ziggy storyline with Good makes some of the plot points make more sense. Overall, Fear Street Part 3 was probably the best entry in the series, just slightly above Part 1. Part 2 still stands as the worst, and even though this movie retroactively makes Part 2 better, I still stand by my original score. It was a unique idea to release 3 films as a trilogy 3 weeks apart, and in my opinion, these were the perfect films to test that format with. I could see them continuing to adapt other Fear Street books in the future, giving us more special events like these to look forward to. I also got to give a shout out to all the cast members because they truly made these movies, and it would be great to see them in more Netflix stuff in the future, given the surge of popularity these movies are getting. Good horror movies are hard to come by, and while I do think Part 2 sticks out like a sore thumb, I still think that as a whole, these movies will hold up quite well and are all still fairly enjoyable in some way. I had a good time watching them, and that's what movies are all about. I'm going to give Fear Street Part 3 3.5 stars out of 5.